Hey, thanks for dropping by to the Planners on Purpose podcast, created by Naomi Tucker, CMP. Now, this space is for the event planners to encourage and empower you so that you can fully live your life on purpose. So before we dig in, please take a moment to subscribe so you get future shows. Now, here she comes, your host, Naomi.
Well, hello everyone. This is Naomi Tucker here with the Planners on Purpose podcast. I hope you're doing well and that you're leading a life you love. I'm excited to be here today. I wanted to talk about burnout because it is something that is continuing to impact our industry in different circles. You hear about how challenging it is, how hard it is, how people are not getting the rest that they need, and chat about how you can elevate your well-being through a challenge that I'm offering at the end of the month. I wanted to talk about that because it's really important. The link between, let's say, being happy at work and high productivity is well established. So if you're happy at work, you're more productive. And if you have such high productivity that's, let's say, unreasonable, it's so unrelenting, pretty much unbearable, it can actually have the opposite effect. It can actually increase levels of exhaustion, disengagement from your job. It can reduce your motivation in your job, and it can actually result in stress and overwhelm. And that can lead to resignation from a job for many people. So sustaining a high performance and happiness at our work and our jobs is very important. How can we do that? Because sustaining a high performance and happiness at work is the ultimate goal. And many of us struggle with maintaining that particular consistency in our work. And we need to really look at, let's say, these forces that mitigate against the well-being that we have in our work. We need to be able to prevent burnout. And so that's what the Banish Burnout challenge is all about. And I created that challenge. I've had it going on for a couple of years now, and I am going to be going through another iteration of it here at the end of February, and I would love for you to be able to join. And it's a challenge that will walk through many tips and tools on helping you to prevent your burnout. We'll be talking about burnout. We'll be talking about all of the different sciences of burnout. I'll be helping you craft your own personal burnout prevention strategy, which I love to do. And I will talk to you about what some common strategies are. What are some strategies? And I'll also be pulling out some strategies from my toolkit and from my experience that I believe will be able to help you in banishing your burnout. As we walk away from the challenge, we definitely will be reviewing some of those common systems that we use and how they can work for us. It's having our technology and having our systems work for us and not against us. And then it's also just reviewing what the strategies that we have in place. So when you leave this challenge, you'll be able to say, I have such a good strategy in place. I have some timelines and how I'm going to implement certain things within my work. And I feel really good about helping to mitigate the stress and the overwhelm and the possible burnout that I had intended for me. But after going through this challenge, you will not feel as though you will be facing burnout anymore. So I, again, hope that you join this challenge, hope that you will share this with others and have them join with you. It works really well when you have colleagues join with you on this challenge or other friends that are in the industry join you on this challenge because it's going to be a good one. Now, it is a 3-day challenge. It's at the end of February. I will have you go to plannersonpurpose.com/banish burnout to go ahead and just get more information. Because burnout, my friends, it's costly. It's really costly. I've done some podcasts around how costly it is. There's billions of dollars probably 190 billion, and I'm not making that up to 190 billion plus dollars every year result in healthcare costs that can be attributed and linked to burnout. That is huge. That is huge. And the fact that we are one of the top industries that struggle with burnout really means that we contribute to what those healthcare costs are. And it's important for us to not only look out for that, but it's also costly to our personal health. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of it and doing what we need to do to help mitigate those challenges that we possibly have. And there's so many facts on burnout, which I'm excited to share with you in the challenge. And some of them I've been sharing here on the podcast. But the whole point is that it's costly, that burnout employees are probably 2.5 times more likely to look for employment elsewhere because they're burned out from one job, they go to another job. And most of the time, if you're a person who is a burned out employee, a person who is consistently overwhelmed, when you go to another employment, it doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be all good. If the root cause of your burnout was, let's say, the particular job, then maybe. But sometimes, I'm afraid to say it, the root cause of our burnout can be ourselves. It can be you. It can be how you work. It can be how you manage situations. So that's not necessarily meant to offend you, but it's meant to bring awareness to you so that you can really reflect on that and say, what can I do in order to change my situation within my work as well so that I'm not so burned out? So that is something that we will definitely talk about too in the Banish Burnout Challenge. So I hope that you join me and others and share this with others at the Banish Burnout Challenge. Definitely go to the link in the description to join this challenge. We will be just having a good old time. We'll have a private community that we can talk about some of our challenges for those few days. And I'll be able to go live and talk to you about some of the solutions that I have for you, and we can definitely vibe off of that and really see how we can decrease this burnout once and for all in the events industry. So I'm excited for this challenge, and I'm excited to see you in the challenge. I'm excited to, let's say, meet members of the community, perhaps those of you that have come to this podcast and listen to this podcast every time an episode is released. I would love to be able to meet you. And if you are here in the future, hello, all of you in the future. If you're here in the future, I just want to say, go ahead and go to that link as well, because either you'll be getting a page that's a wait list page, or you'll be getting an invitation to the challenge. And I do plan on continuing to offer this challenge in the future. So if you're here, definitely go and check out that link and just see what the status is at the time you listen to this podcast. But thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I hope that you will join me in the Banish Burnout Challenge at the end of this month. And I look forward to talking with you on the next episode. Until next time, please stay on purpose.
Well, that wraps it up for this episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, hit the like button and tell us how much you enjoyed the show by leaving a message in the comments. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.